Half of Gen Z now actively avoid the news. The other half probably should. Is a free press still the foundation of an informed citizen, or has what we call news become something that actively makes us dumber? Today, we put modern news on trial. The case for, the case against, what actually changed, and the framework for staying informed without being weaponized. First, the case for, because the alternative to a free press is much worse than you think. Free journalism has exposed wars, brought down presidents, sent banks to court, saved lives in pandemics. The press at its best is one of the few institutions that genuinely makes power afraid of accountability. And it still works. Investigative reporting in the last decade alone exposed Cambridge Analytica, the Panama Papers, Boeing's 737 MAX cover-up. Real journalists doing real work. Without them, the cover-ups never come out. A working democracy needs an informed public, voters making decisions based on something real. Even a flawed press is better than no press. Countries without one always end up the same way. Less truth, more control. And accountability scales. One reporter's question becomes a national conversation. The local paper covering the local council is what keeps tiny tyrants from becoming bigger ones. Boring, essential, disappearing fast. But the case against is just as serious, because what most people now consume isn't the press, it's something engineered differently. And it's working. On them. Open any news app. Count the headlines that aren't about fear, threat, scandal, outrage, or doom. The ratio is shocking. Studies show roughly 70 to 90% of front page headlines are now negativity coded. By design, not accident. Why? Because every news site competes for the same scarce resource, your attention. And the algorithms, yours, theirs, everyone's, reliably reward what triggers anger, not what informs. So that's what gets written, day after day. Humans evolved to pay attention to threats. It saved our ancestors from being eaten. That same wiring in 2025 gets monetized. Outrage clicks. Calm does not. The smartest media operators have figured out exactly how to exploit it. And the effects are measurable. Higher anxiety, worse sleep, distorted view of risk. Doom scrollers report feeling more informed, while consistently being less accurate about the actual world. The worst of both. Even on democracy itself, the picture has flipped. Constant outrage produces tribalism. Tribalism produces paralysis. The same press that was supposed to enable good decisions now actively shortens the time horizon every voter is capable of. So what actually changed? Not the public's need for information. The thing that broke is how news gets made and how it gets paid for. 40 years ago, a few editors at a few outlets decided what was news. Now, the algorithm does. And the algorithm has one job, keep you on the page. An editor can choose nuance. An algorithm only knows what stops scrolling. Print ads collapsed. Digital ads paid pennies. The only model that scaled was attention. Outrage scales. Slow analysis doesn't. So most newsrooms shrank, hiring engagement editors instead of investigative ones. The product changed accordingly. Which brings us to the verdict. And it isn't stop reading news. It's something more useful. A free press is essential, and most of what people now consume under that name is closer to entertainment than journalism. Both are true at the same time. The institution and the product are different things now. The right question isn't, is the news good or bad? It's, what's actually informing me and what's just exploiting me? Different question. Completely different answer for almost everyone. Think of news like food. Some sources are nutrition, most are processed, a few are pure sugar. You wouldn't eat 30 Mars bars and call it dinner, yet most people consume the equivalent every day, just in headlines. Pick 2 or 3 high-quality sources, read them on a schedule, not on a notification, replace the doom scroll with one long-form weekly, mute the rest. You will feel less anxious, know more, and remember more still within a fortnight. What's your daily news diet? Be honest, drop it in the comments. If this gave you a cleaner relationship with the news, hit subscribe.